Good morning. Today is Monday, December 6th. I'm Maureen Kyle with your 3 News Now morning update. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me on the WKYC Facebook and Instagram pages. And we start with Matt Wintz in for Holly with a check of today's forecast.
All right, thanks, Maureen. In terms of the weather today, it's been all over the place. We've seen the wind gusts, the temperatures continue to drop, and that will be the case the rest of the day. We go from 50s to 40s to 30s by evening. We'll likely clear things out. I think we get some sun peaks in there. Just very gusty winds this afternoon, bringing in that colder air. Eventually, over time, we'll start to establish lake effect snow bands that head into Ashtabula, Lake County, up towards the Erie area. That's where we would have travel impacts, if any, later on tonight. Otherwise, it's cold. We're down into the 20s. What a change, right? And then tomorrow we struggle to get out of the 20s. I think 30 degrees at best with lingering lake effect snow. In terms of the next 7 days, the temp drop happened today. Tomorrow we stay cold with scattered lake snows. Wednesday, another weak system slides through here with some light snow. It'll be scattered around. I don't think a big deal, but could see a coating up to a ½ inch, and that would be area wide. Thursday we dry out, and then rain arrives on Friday out of our next weather system. That brings in another dose of spring, followed by more winter on the backside with rain changing to snow on Saturday. Maureen.
All right, Matt, thank you so much. Well, today, the Akron Public Schools will start off their new week with a busing problem. The district is warning that a shortage of bus drivers could mean delays in getting kids to school this morning. Here's a list of the bus routes affected. We also have them posted on WKYC.com. The district says if more drivers call off, some routes may be canceled. Driver shortages have hit districts hard this year. Last Monday, Stowe Monroe Falls had to close all schools because of it. Well, turning to COVID-19 in Ohio, the state health department says the Delta variant is still in charge, not Omicron. 5,334 new cases of COVID-19 were reported on Sunday, a stark drop from Saturday and below the 21-day average. The state is also reporting 80 new hospitalizations. That is well below the 3-week average of 260. A cruise ship with 10 COVID-positive people on board docked in New Orleans yesterday. The Norwegian Breakaway arrived in New Orleans with a number of passengers and crew members testing positive, now increasing that number to 17 overnight, with at least one possible case of the Omicron variant. The cruise ship stopped in Belize, Honduras, and Mexico. Those who tested positive will either travel directly to their residence or will self-isolate, according to CDC guidelines. Norwegian Cruise Lines says they require proof of vaccination before allowing passengers to board. Well, this morning, President Biden ordered all U.S. flags to be flown at half-staff in honor of the passing of former U.S. Senator Bob Dole. The half-staff order is for public and government buildings until sunset on Thursday. Dole died over the weekend in his sleep at the age of 98. He had been diagnosed with lung cancer earlier this year. The former senator was a man of many faces, best known for his heroism during World War II and for his passion for politics as a senator and presidential candidate. In 1997, he was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest civilian award. Tributes for Dole are pouring in from across the nation and Ohio. From President Biden, Bob Dole was, quote, a war hero and among the greatest of the greatest generation. And to me, he was also a friend whom I could look to for trusted guidance. And from Ohio Governor Mike DeWine, a few weeks ago, Fran and I received a surprise call from Elizabeth and him. He was a courageous, tough, strong, and compassionate man who loved his country deeply. Other local headlines to get to this morning. Here are 3 things to know. First, the State Highway Patrol needs your help to solve a hit and run that killed a 13-year-old boy in Richland County. Investigators say a pickup truck hit the child who was on a bike and then just took off. Troopers described the truck as black or dark green with an extended cab and say it would have damage to its front end. They believe it's an early model 2000s model Chevrolet or GMC, possible Colorado Canyon pickup. You're asked to call the State Highway Patrol if you have any information. A new head coach for Akron named over the weekend. Joe Moorhead is now head coach for the Zips, pending approval by the University Board of Trustees. Moorhead spent the last 2 seasons as the offensive coordinator at Oregon for the Ducks. This isn't the first time Moorhead has coached the Zips. He was an assistant from 2004 to 2008. This week, the Ohio Supreme Court will hold its first and maybe only hearing before eventually deciding the fate of Ohio's election maps. Wednesday's oral arguments on 3 lawsuits challenging Ohio's state legislative maps approved by Republicans in September will cap months of committee hearings and legal filings. The court's ruling could close the book or foreshadow the next chapter for Ohio's redistricting process. Well, the college football playoffs are set, and we pretty much knew what teams were going to make the Final Four. The only question, in what order and who was going to play whom. So here they are. After winning the SEC title, Alabama jumps to number 1. Michigan makes the college football playoffs for the first time in school history. They will take on number 3 Georgia in the Orange Bowl. And how about Cincinnati? They become the first ever team from the group of 5 to make the playoffs. It will be the Bearcats and the Crimson Tide in the Cotton Bowl. Meanwhile, Ohio State, for the first time since 2018, is not in the college football playoffs, but they are Pasadena bound. The Buckeyes will head to the Rose Bowl for the 16th time in school history, and they will take on the Utah Utes, who beat Oregon to win the Pac-12 championship. All right, thank you for taking time to join me for this 3 News Now morning update. Our digital team will continue to bring you the stories making headlines around Northeast Ohio and the world. Make sure you continue to check our social media pages and WKYC.com throughout the day. I am Maureen Kyle. I'll see you tomorrow on Go, starting at 4:30 a.m. Have a great day, everyone.